Unfortunately, startup founders are often deprived of that bitter truth or constructive criticism. They get sugar-coated BS from their prospects instead of purchase order or funding. And we at Athom are trying to change that. That's the reason we host these roast sessions where founders get to answer difficult questions and learn from the brutal, unfiltered feedback from subject matter experts. And all of that is done on live stream to make founders comfortable with unknowns. This is Pankaj Gupta from Athom Venture Partners. We are a deep tech revenue scaler and fund based in Singapore with approximately 120 startups in our portfolio from different parts of the world, stages, and sectors. Applied Technology is one of the healthcare startups in our portfolio. And today we have CM Lam, CEO and founder of Applied Technology, on the hot seat. CM is going to be roasted constructively by a diverse panel today. And we have a diverse panel, but pretty much concentrated in the UK today. And I would request our panelists to introduce themselves so that we can learn a bit more about their background, their expertise. And if I may request Azita to go first, please, Azita.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Azita Esmaili. I'm Chief Digital Officer at Atos. My focus is digital transformation and these days future-proofing with AI. And outside Atos, I work with the Stanford Online with their AI course, working with many founders as well as executives in terms of applications of AI in their enterprise. Very nice to be here and really looking forward to this session.
Azita, I really appreciate your time today. I'm sure we are going to get some really interesting questions, insights from you. Again, don't hesitate, don't hold back, and be as open as possible, as brutal as possible with your questions. Now I would request Dr. And Professor Abhay to go next, please. Please. You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hi, thank you for inviting me, Pankaj. My background, I'm Abhay Chopada. My background is I'm actually a practicing colorectal surgeon in London, and I've been so for the last 30 years. But over the last few years, I've been very actively involved in healthcare transformation. So very actively involved with the integration of technology, but not just in the software side, because I actually believe that there is an end-to-end need for data mobility to happen in healthcare. So really looking forward to the session because this fits perfectly with what I have been doing.
Thanks a lot, Professor Abhay. Appreciate your time today. And since you have been evaluating and working with so many technologies in the healthcare space, I'm sure you are going to give a lot of interesting insights on what could be implemented, what cannot be implemented, what are the real life hurdles in implementing new technologies. So appreciate your time today. Dr. Ruchi, may I request you to go next, please?
Thanks, Pankaj. My name is Dr. Ruchi Das. I am the CEO and Managing Director of Healthcare Consulting Group, which is the digital health consulting group based in London here. I've been a serial entrepreneur. I'm an angel investor right now, and have been working in the field of health tech for over 20 years now. I'm passionate about artificial intelligence and new technologies. Recently wrote a paper on responsible AI and AI policy in global health, which was cited by some of the top journals, including IEEE. So yeah, this is another opportunity for me to advise a health startup, and being a founder myself in the past, I value that and I respect startup entrepreneurs. So thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to an interesting session.
So healthcare professional, founder, and angel investor. We couldn't have asked for a better person to roast CM today. Thanks a lot, Dr. Ruchi, for this. Sofia, if I may request you to do an intro, please.
Hi, hello, I'm Sofia Pollice. I'm a doctor, and I work both for a private clinic and also for a telemedicine platform which uses AI as a tool for helping in the diagnosis of patients. And also I'm here in London now. I'm studying at Imperial College, doing a master in global health management, focusing especially in innovation and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Thanks a lot, Sophia. And when you say diagnostic and telehealth, that's music to the ear, because this is exactly what CM and team are doing in Hong Kong. Now we have a star of the event, or I may say chicken of the event, CM, who is the founder of Applied Technology, ATG. CM, are you ready with towel, with ice bucket and everything? And you're on mute. Okay, please go ahead, introduce yourself, and you can start sharing your screen and walk us through Applied Technology solution. Please unmute yourself. CM? We still cannot hear you. Probably you may want to dial in using your mobile for audio. Okay, we have Gary on the call. Gary, probably you unmute yourself, start sharing your screen, walk us through the presentation, and then CM can join in using mobile whenever he has his system figured out.
Yeah, hello everyone. Sorry, I'm trying to make.
Yeah, please go ahead. Gary? Okay, I think CM and Gary are trying to communicate with each other, trying to figure out what's going on.
Sorry, please wait for a moment.
Gary, can you please share your screen? Okay, let me go ahead and start a quick video pitch that CM and Gary have prepared, and probably during that time frame, CM and Gary can try to figure out their audio. Here we go.
Applied Technology. Today, I want to introduce our company. Our team's mission is to solve these three global healthcare norms. First, high cost of healthcare. No society would provide on-demand medical services for free, and everyone is medical insurance fully covered. Second, never be enough supply of medical professional, and sickness cannot be waited. Third, your health and medical record are not tightly connected and planned for next generation of AI healthcare and biotech business development. And our vision is to care patient, which offer a one-stop AI healthcare platform of digital journey and connected patient record for next generation of consumerized healthcare and mental well-being. We care about every patient by working through 4 initiatives. Today, I want to highlight about our latest smart clinic development, which is called AnyHub. This is a phone booth size encapsulated relaxation hub for work, healthcare, and mental wellness. Our developers and engineer has developed a set of standardized and well-equipped telemedicine consultation like stethoscope, 30 times magnifier detector for ear, nose, and skin symptom. For medical purpose, from our Clinic One medical platform experience, which with newly developed enhancement for mental healthiness, for stress, anxiety level detection based on medical device that is ECG, HRV, as well as the brainwave detector. After 3 to 5 minutes measurement, AI engine would be able to detect and recommend you the best therapeutic treatments like immersive sound and video therapy, and you can de-stress your mental condition. This is mental wellness detection, and therapeutic methodologies are co-developed with both Hong Kong University and the Chinese University of Hong Kong as a 3-year continuous study project. For smart clinic product portfolio, we have full range of medical proven integrated device from public premises, workspaces, school to hospital ward and clinical usage. These smart clinic devices are built for on-demand basis in various deployment scenario. And these are the number we have achieved so far. Here's the proven figure that shows our effort in making of the smart clinic are in good shape. Provided 43% of more consultation by every physician, 1 of 30 clinic setup costs compared to the traditional clinic setup, and within a week of time to deploy. An AI assistant to make precision medication enabled and reduce at least 30% of mistreatment. Our revenue growth, particularly pattern, illustrates here our bolder goal and confident for coming 5 years average annual exceeding 200%, and this is all achievable if you could get access for your desired medical and healthcare service at a glance, and the revenue will be phenomenal. Here's a team introduction. My name is Chi Man. I work over 20 years for Microsoft, Oracle, Sony, and Calvin is one of our veteran of IT platform, and Juan and Ding are both young innovators specialized in AI, cloud, medical technology, and we have done a lot of social engagement, ESG. Of course, we have some good saying about our platform, our solution, and so far so good. And this is 600 individual practice together with this large clinic group, banking and finance as well. This is iconic point. So if you're interested about ATG and any hub, if you will, please drop us a call and email me. Thank you.
Okay, so that was a quick presentation.
Yes, so hello everybody. I'm sorry, we just encountered some kind of technical problem here, and I'm finally can online. So yeah, thank you for all the time. And I'm Gary from ATG. CM is still, I think he's still fixing his device.
I think CM can talk now. Yep, CM.
I can talk now. You guys can hear. So I think I'll leave the floor with questions because actually what I try to present it was exactly the video that Gary just shown. So I think I will leave the floor with Q&A, and particularly for the Any Hub that we're trying to promote right now is I think it's rather innovative because we've been provide this kind of hub or portal for medical use, and right now we are moving a step ahead from our competitors like in US, in France, in Europe, and in China as well. To mental wellness, I think at least to us is kind of breakthrough. To provide a cost-effective way of seeing psychiatrists or psychologists, for a relative lower price, easy to access, super convenient that you can go to your clubhouse in nearby your apartment, or you even go to some of the shopping mall to get access to this service. So and the thing is with some artificial intelligence help, we will be able to detect your mental condition through HRV as well as the brainwave analysis. Of course, this is not a really proven scanning, but at least we can figure out some of the novelties about your mental wellness as well as some health concern, particularly for the cardiologists. Yeah.
CM, let's take questions or comments that we may have from the panel, and then we can explain further.
Yes, please.
Panelists, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions.
Yes. Hi, CM. I have a question in terms of patient history. I have 4 doctors on the call, so I'm not going to get, but the data about the historical data of the patient. Let's say I'm 40 years old, I go to a shopping mall or so on, I use one of these, and based on my HRV or whatever, it says you are very stressed. How is that a snapshot, or you have through registration and so on, the historical data has also been integrated in the platform?
Yeah, as the video mentioned, we actually collaborate with particularly for Hong Kong, the situation right now. We cover around 70% of the clinic group here in Hong Kong. So we are getting around 1/3 of the and EMR in Hong Kong right now. So
CM, you may want to repeat your last sentence.
we collect 1/3 of the Hong Kong population for the electronic medical record. So we our mobile app would be able to store and record uh, all the patients chronic data, as well as all the past record about such a person. So when a person having all this consolidated medical record to get for a quick examination, quick screening of my health condition, as well as mental wellness. All this record would be accumulated, and when this patient asks for some medical help, like psychologist or psychiatrist, uh, such a doctor would be able to review and see this patient's past record.
Thank you.
So the record is already consolidated. Yeah.
Thank you. And in terms of the AI model that this is based on, can you tell me the model? Is it proprietary, or are you using one of the available models in the market?
For the AI part, we separate two things, two strategy. One is the avatar. We have the avatar to talk with patient, guiding through the patient's request and what kind of mental condition is. And the way we talk with patient is strictly followed by, how a psychiatrist doctor would be having a conversation to their patient. It's the same methodology, same thinking, and same content as well. And this is very pretty much proprietary, but in general, the language model, how the AI learns, if I want to speak in Chinese, in English, in France, whatever, that model, the language model is OpenAI. Okay, but the methodology, the content is provided by professor. And the other thing is, once we have examined about your health condition, we've been talking to the user for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then the AI would be able to recommend the best content, be it visual therapeutic treatment, or a sound therapeutic treatment, or even meditation, which is best fit to the user based on the patient's or on the user's that snapshot condition. So that is also the proprietary AI part that we already built. Yeah.
And in terms of hallucination, how do you prevent hallucination, given that the information that the AI provides is very important to the patient? Yeah. What is the prevention method in the language model for hallucination?
Oh, okay. So how do we go against about hallucination of AI is we build the textbook structure for them. So the AI would talk and answer any question related to particularly for the mental wellness and some other health issues. We would be the AI would only follow what we guided based on the textbook structure. So number one, the AI would not tell on anything he learned. Number two, the AI would not answer you some irrelevant questions, like if you ask the AI for today's weather, the AI will tell you this is not my profession, so I won't be able to answer you something like that. Okay. The third thing is how to eliminate any kind of future hallucination is we make sure all the Q&A we build from our database. If the question from user or patient does not fall into this set of FAQ, then we would not answer either. So there would not be any situation for the AI to make up any answer. Yeah, I think that is the number one structure that we have to concern in technology for AI.
That's correct. You're using RAG method, so that's great. And in terms of cybersecurity, I saw Microsoft. Are you using Azure Stack security for end-to-end?
Yes. And we actually add another 2 layer of security to protect all this patient record, all this conversation, and the safety around the hub, inside the hub. Okay. The first level for EMR structure, we strictly follow HIPAA compliance from the United States. So they have several very strict requirements for medical record, such as when you see the doctor, you won't be able to tape, you won't be able to do any video recording inside the booth. Number two, all the medical record transfer, be it to a new doctor or new institution, he has to, sign up an agreement to that. And also, the doctor would not be able to see an individual's record, like credit card, like address, something like that. So it's really strict follow through the HIPAA compliance for telemedicine as well as the EMR record. And we also comply with the ISO 27000 security level as well.
Thank you. I have a few more questions, but over to my fellow panelists, and I'm sure the questions will be answered.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Azita. Appreciate questions. Other panelists, please.
I have a couple of questions. So first question is, who are your competitors?
Okay. So my first question, we have been searching over the world for such kind of medical hub. We saw two big players in the United States. One is called Forward. But eventually, a couple months ago, they have some financial issue. The other one is OnMed, and it's also a big player, and they are doing a huge deployment of like almost 500 station in the United States, majority in the western side of the United States. Okay, and the big competitor is one from France. I forgot the name, but they have we actually just met the founder in Hong Kong a couple of days ago. We have a medical fair in Hong Kong, international medical fair. I just talked to him, and we know each other well. Not just a couple of days ago, but we have the same challenges from the market and from the acceptance of this kind of remote smart clinic or point of health, if you will, and several other players in China. One location in Shanghai, one in Shenzhen, one in Beijing. They're also big in China, but they're not going out yet to other countries. Yeah.
So, since you talk about challenges that you discussed with the founder you met in France, can you tell us about what challenges did you guys talk about? What is the current challenge in your business?
Yeah, I current challenges like our competitors in the United States, they want to take over the clinic group. That's why they easily get the big funding to do a quick deployment across the western region of the United States. Because the situation is a bit different. The demand for medical doctors is high, but they have sufficient medical doctors right there, and they could easily recruit a troop of doctors within to serve all these deployments, like 500, as I said. The cost is low as well, and they can easily do that. But another challenge is um, people tend to see a real doctor in person or a remote doctor by telemedicine. And this smart hub is in between, okay? That's why we call point of health or point of health station, if you will. So we're catching up that market. And United States, the other challenges for United States or some Western country is the population is not huge, and people living in townhouse houses, even a big area of residential, you could find many people, or probably a few thousand, 10,000, maybe the max for a relatively large town, and that's why the income could not be.
CM, we cannot hear you. Your audio is. Yep. Please repeat your last 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I think the challenge we face is less than our competitor, particularly in this part of the world, because the population is so dense, and the medical demands is enormous.
Why did you take a hardware first approach when the rest of the world is moving towards a software first approach? People really want a doctor and what you're telling, the telemedicine and other vital monitors on their mobile phone now. Why do you want to go into this capital intensive hardware first business is what I want to understand. What was the thought behind it?
I'm sorry about that, because my PowerPoint or my video I did was only mentioned about the AnyHub, the new thing. We actually started with the telemedicine platform. We are the #1 telemedicine platform in Hong Kong, and we built the software since 8 years ago. And we were
CM, your audio stopped working again.
Yeah, so we're an expert, and just we've seen that this new market opportunities is not only seeing a doctor asking for sick care, but we provide a little bit further is for the preventive care, because when you get access to this point of health station, you would be able to examine your body condition as well as the mental. So you may not need to see a doctor and
Okay,
asking for sick.
Well, that's ambitious. Last question before I stop and let my other fellow panelists ask you a question. Since you are in this business for a long time, let's talk mental health, because I saw some really cool aids available in that station for you to visually experience something. Have you done any clinical validation on mental health outcomes after using your device? Do you have any randomized clinical data or any third-party evaluation data on how this is beneficial for mental health for your patients?
Yeah, we do. We have a partnership agreement, and it's a joint project between University of Hong Kong as well as the Chinese U of Hong Kong. So both the the professors from psychiatry department from both university are helping us to collect this data and have their student to verify this data, whether number one, whether measurement is accurate, and whether the result is mapped with the patient. And number three is we will be doing some quantitative measurement after all this quantitative one. So we will be invite this suspicious patient with mental wellness issue. Then we'll do another sets of quantitative measurement by these two faculties of universities. So afterward, as I mentioned, this would be a 3 years program, and we will come up some result. But we will release some interim result probably by the end of this year. Once we collect probably over 500 suspicious mental wellness patients, and we will provide some intermediate results for that.
I think what I was going at is you had a telemedicine business. You said you saw an opportunity and you created this hardware-based model. I wanted to understand what was that opportunity? What is the problem you saw that you wanted to solve, or what was the opportunity for which you built this business?
As you know, number one, age issue. In most of the developed country or region, people are getting the society is getting aging. Okay, and particularly for Japan, United States, Europe, and here in Hong Kong as well. So we would expect 40% of the people will exceed their year of 65 in 5 years later. So it's really aging society. So but in particular, we don't have sufficient doctor to take care of this aging population, and never will be. So we're trying to set up this station as many as possible for people to easily get access to examine their body condition, if not daily basis. The best would be monthly basis or weekly basis. The patient journey begins from a clinical examination. So for every user, we will provide a very cost-effective full body check examination. So we keep track on this clinical data together with this point of health station. So these people would not, number one, would not have the risk or high risk to get an acute symptom. They don't need to ask
but they still need to travel to that
frequently.
Station, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it the telemedicine way? It was easier to do at home, right?
For telemedicine, you don't have the equipment. You don't have the medical equipment. You don't have the clinical equipment to get access to examine your body condition. That's why we need to put all this, FDA approved medical device inside the booth, and then you will be able to get access and check your, blood pressure, ECG, and any other 13 vital sign inside the booth within 3 minutes.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. CM, I just am slightly confused. Where are you positioning this? In the consumer care market or in healthcare? The healthcare is extremely regulated. And I don't see a clarity in my mind as to where are you positioning this.
I think this is also a company visions is consumerizing healthcare. We are trying to consumerize the professional services as a on-demand, easy to get access with low cost, uh, very handy, very convenient place to get this medical services from this station. For example, in Australia, we have partnership. We have one of the medical group partner in Australia. They have a lot of rural areas. Australia is only 20 million population, but the the total land is so big and a lot of rural areas that does not have medical professionals or even a relative big clinic to do any inpatient services. So in that case, if those people were lack of treatment and they don't get access to medical service, eventually they will have some acute symptom very easily. So the booth would help them to keep checking their body condition by this, FDA provided device, medical proven device for their daily checkup or weekly checkup. So at least they don't need to seek for ambulance service, care service. And number two is they will live well, particularly if a person is taking a chronic disease for diabetes, and we would be able to keep track with the diabetes level. If once the patient's diabetes level is so high, we would be examined and set an alert to such a medical institution. So people will, proactively to take care of such patient for chronic disease. Yeah.
Coming back to, so I can hear that you're predominantly placing this in the consumer space. Now, I looked at your EEG and HRV. Neither of them are clinically validated measurements in the clinical space. We don't accept any EEG readings in a consumer space. Neither do we accept HRV as a very valid indicator of cardiovascular health.
Yes. I think that's why we have to start with a clinical data. Number one, this person has to be, examined in a lab environment that whether he has some problem with his cardiologist or some other diabetes issues. And then afterward, we keep monitoring this patient by this device. Of course, this device is not a trial lead ECG device, but at least we have some snapshot for this kind of patient for if you will, some proximity measurement, particularly for the cardiologist, cardiovascular disease. And I think it's better than you don't monitor them. That's number one. And the second thing is if he feel unwell, he would jump into one of this any hub to get access to medical professional for further advice. Yeah.
Again, so
I know what you're saying, and this is really a beginning of the step, and we would not be, of course, replace the medical professional at this point in time, and this is not a vision to do that. But given that some rural area, some remote area, and it's not possible this people would be able to get access to medical professional service on a daily basis. Why not jump into one of this booth, to keep track on some part of your vital signs.
My last question. You mentioned that you are actually collaborating with the University of Hong Kong, the Chinese university. If the data has not yet been validated, how can you commercialize it?
Um, Number one, the device right there are FDA proven, except the mental wellness part. For the healthcare part, all those devices are medical proven. Okay, the numbers are correct and FDA approved. That's number one. For the medical part, sorry, for the mental part, we still need a lot more number, figures, and data to be able to, measure such a patient by a headband, by HRV, which is EGG, for higher level of accuracy. We need some time to we need to take some time for the mental wellness. But for the healthcare, we've been working with hospital, medical group. We provide all those devices and medical proof. So rest assured.
Yeah, I think I'll let my next panelist ask a few questions. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. I think it's tremendous. I mean, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have like more of a like technical question, like if there's like a process for clinicians, like the doctors, to provide any kind of feedback on AI errors or like inconsistencies, and like how would they be integrated into the improvement of the model?
I think we're not trying to provide any consultation or medical advice to patient. That's number one. And we're not an AI doctor. So what we're trying to do is for the healthcare part, we take your BP, we take your ECG, we take your SpO2. We sometime with medical assistant help, we would take some diabetes measurement, cholesterol, as well as urine access. And all those data are clinical proven, okay? And we are not trying to provide any advices or medication suggestion from these premises. That's rest assured. Okay, but for mental wellness, we would some advice for you to take like meditation, some calm music, some a forest immersive view of going through a forest and just to make sure you have some relaxation and private time to chill out yourself. Yeah, some kind of this level. So number one, we're not trying to provide medical advice, medical consultation. We still have some live people taking up your call if you need some medical professional services. Yeah.
Okay. And also, like, given the fact that, like, it would, like, all this machine, like, would give some advice on, like, doing some meditations, for example, like, based on the EEG, like, what if actually there's some comorbidities, like, for example, ADHD and also depression? Like, it would be, like, kind of like there would be a contrast. So like how would the machine actually, what would the machine recommend? Like, because it's kind of the opposite probably.
Quickly, one very simple answer. If we suspect such a kid or person with having some ADHD, ADP, some kind of symptom, and then we would recommend the user to further engage with your medical profession. That's number one. That's number one answer. Okay. Number two answer is, by the way, if you have time, please take therapeutic treatment, the video therapeutic treatment for 3 to 5 minutes to calm down yourself, to make sure you have more focus in thinking. For example, we have one of the gamified content is to ask the kid to make sure he concentrates while we measure his EEG, and then we'll keep track on his EEG condition for the beta wave. Make sure if he becomes more focused, the arrow will go down, and the more focus, the arrow will go to the center of the circle. So it's kind of gamified solution for ADHD kids. I think that number one, we're not trying to provide any medical treatment inside the booth. We're trying to, giving you some relaxed time. And by the way, we would have some recommendation after you take the measurement, some kind of this approach. So rest assured, for like if we detect some person have serious depression or anxiety, number one, we will have a number for Salvation Army, something like that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I have a couple of more questions. Sam, then I am a little bit confused because the name of the product is health, AI-driven health. Because health means that, it is not relaxation, it's not be looking at the holistic on, but here you are saying health, so automatically feels that this person is sick and it goes in there and gets help. So, I'm trying to really understand what is the difference between going into this and get the data comparing to having a ring and get the information about my body temperature, how I slept, if I have major sign of body strength, my body is under pressure or not, have I recovered or so on, comparing to this. Given that this is, I think is quite capital heavy, going back to Dr. Ruchi's comment, is a capex heavy business model comparing to just investing in a ring. Yeah.
Okay. I give you an answer first. For the first question, this AnyHub operates like this. When you go inside, the AI will tell you there are 3 working mode inside. Number one, it is a telephone booth, so you can do your Zoom call inside the hub. Okay, this is the working mode. Number one. You can do your personal phone call using your cell phone. Just that. Number 2 is the healthcare mode, because we've been making up those medical booth for hospital and clinic work, and those specific healthcare only station we've been provided for 3 years already. And of course, all this device, particularly the medical device, the FDA approved device, are putting inside the same telephone booth. Okay, so you can choose the second one, which is the healthcare mode. And after I taking my vital sign, and of course, compared to your ring, those are FDA approved. Some of the ring I know, but it's 80% accuracy. 80% means nothing, okay, in medical terms, okay? And FDA approved, all those clinical device are 95% accuracy, which is able to be placed and used in an ICU ward, okay? That's the second mode. And in case patient needs to get access with medical doctor, we have a list of panel doctor that for you to choose right away. The third mode is the mental wellness mode. If you choose this mode, is to be chilled out, relaxation, take a nap, if you will, and listen to some calm music. And we have a designer chair that you can lay down. And then, with that 15-minute session, you can take a quick nap. And by the way, if you like to measure your brainwave, we provide the headband for you. But this is not necessary if you don't need this. And I think this is the AnyHub purpose. What that means is energy charging hub. So you go inside, you charge yourself just like your cell phone within that 15 to 30 minutes time. And yeah, it's no confuse. The second thing is we don't want to label people, particularly for mental wellness. If we put the station called, this is for mental wellness, no one will go inside. No one. It's just too much label, right? And number two, if you wanted, which we've been, providing those medical booths for hospitals and clinic group, and as well, we try to put it some public area as well. The result was not good because it's also labeling. You go inside, that means you are sick people. That's why we create a fee.
Thank you. And in terms of the cost, the revenue model, what is the cost of one unit comparing to? Because I think in the video I saw 1 to 30 in terms of deployment of one. But what is the cost of building one unit with all the bells and whistles?
Yeah. The cost we control to the maximum to around 15,000 US. This is the maximum, the ceiling. We can create a very fancy, futuristic, with automatic sliding door, something like that, right? That is around 15,000 US. For the lease, we would cut down as little as 5,000, I think. 3,000 to 5,000. 3,000. This is the least equipped.
And where is it being built? Where is the location of assembly of all the parts?
In China at this moment.
Will the tariffs affect that?
And we will do some relocation. We have a rep office in Sydney and Toronto as well. So for North America, build a production line there in Toronto. So just to get away from the tariff. And of course, some raw material are still import from China, like the wooden board, some soundproof device. Yeah.
Thank you, Sim. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, CM. You mentioned that you are making around 2 million a year from Manning's, where it is right now deployed. What is the contract value? How much is the net revenue out of this? What is your margin?
The margin is around more than 60%. Okay. Probably we would be able to achieve as time goes by up to 75%. Okay. And right now our model is a SaaS model. We don't sell out the hardware equipment. We only charge them on a monthly basis. So depends on which kind of model, whether it's luxury one or a very low cost one. Is by monthly charge. And number three, the contract value at this moment, by the end of this year, they will have 30 stores in Hong Kong providing the same service with the AnyHub. Each of the hub, we charge them from around 3,000 a month US to 10,000 the max, yeah, for their flagship store on a monthly basis.
So you are saying 3,000 a month multiplied by 45 stores?
Yes.
That's your monthly recurring revenue.
Yes, that's a monthly rent.
And that's a commitment from their side already.
Yes. Already. We have signed contract, and the only thing is we are waiting for their procurement order, and they have a plan to deploy this machine. They already deployed 2 stations here in Hong Kong, and we will receive the big contract for 35 machines, and as well as some ASEAN countries for Singapore and Malaysia, the next 2 stations, because the dairy farm group manages Mannings in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Guardians for Singapore and Malaysia, Indonesia.
In case you are going global with these 35 units, how are you planning to support distribution, maintenance, and ongoing support?
Oh, we will set up our team locally. Yeah,
so you have an LOI in place. The procurement order is yet to come.
We already received the letter of intent, and we're just waiting for the last order, like cash order.
Okay, so big question is, what is your competitive moat? Is it the data? Is it the network? Is it the IP? Is it the partnership? What makes you different? If tomorrow Amazon or Babylon or some of these big players decide to have a regional focus and they come and do the same thing, what prevents them from doing that?
Okay, I got it. I think it's a combination of all. Number one, we have a very sophisticated telemedicine platform. And together with that, we have the CMS platform. And also the patient
they
journey.
also have a CMS platform. They also have a telemedicine platform.
I know. Health Tab has it, and some other.
So how are you different? What's your competitive moat?
And
what is your barrier to entry? Yeah.
I think combination of all that will, excel ourselves. Okay. If you want to combine all this software solution together with this hardware, it takes even Amazon for 12 months, 12 to 18 months. I know they have money. They would, cut it as short as 9 months, maybe. But we will have, we do have at least 5 years plan of roadmap. If in case we see some competitor going into the market, we will pedal up ourselves, we will flat out a car to provide a lot more function and features to compete with this race, to make sure we are ahead of them in technologies. Okay.
And let us suppose, but after doing all that you want to do, you are not able to stay ahead of them because these people have heavy pockets. They have the technology arm and support of the largest and the best in the world. Does that mean that you are replaceable, or do you think by that time?
No.
Yeah.
And the first thing is our strategy is having agreements with local real estate developers. Okay, so for every real estate we want to put this station in, we sign at least 3 to 5 years contract. We want to lock down this booth for at least 3 to 5 years. So no competitor will be able to go in to this crowded real estate. In Hong Kong and Singapore and even some part of Malaysia or Indonesia, they operate like a real estate with 1,000 or 2,000 or more flats within a very relatively small location. And then we just put one of this AnyHub inside their clubhouse.
How big is your team, CM?
Yeah.
How big is your team?
We have 35 people right now. Yeah,
35
not so big.
people.
Yeah.
And do you think you'll be able to manage the scale with 35 people? because you're also thinking of going to Singapore. And I wanted to know what would be your competitive mode there then. I can understand you could be a good regional player, but how about when you go for expansion, if you don't have any barrier to entry around data, network, IP, clinical? Because I find, to be very frank, the pitch very broad and vague. So I want to understand what is the secret sauce that I'm missing out on.
For Hong Kong market, 35 people right now is pretty much manageable. Okay. And of course, with these 35 people, we're not able to go abroad. So for any other country, we want to build a partnership with the local partner, be it a medical groups, private hospital, or some NGO, if you will, and pharmaceutical company from the retail side, like Manning's, Guardians, Chemist Warehouse, something like that. And we are in the midst of negotiation with this group right now, and hopefully we'll sign a couple other contracts elsewhere from Hong Kong. So we will not, as you mentioned, we will not be able to set up an office like Hong Kong and provide some very native service right there. We will seek for a very good partner right there and do a partnership. Of course, this partner has to be big.
Got it. Thank you, Singh.
Thanks a lot, all the panelists, for these interesting questions. CM, again, you are sitting in front of experts. Do you want to ask for one final piece of advice or any insight that you want to get on your solution, on your differentiation, on your go-to-market strategy? It is a perfect opportunity for you to get that insight from the experts.
I would really like to ask, when you first see this idea, I don't know if you want to try it on. Because I invited Pancars to jump into one of our demo site, prototype here in Hong Kong, and I think for everyone went into this anyhow. We heard good feedbacks. Okay. So I don't know if you have the tendency as an audience, you heard about this initiative, whether you like to try it out or not. Interested to try that out. Yeah. If I have the station next to you.
Yeah, for that, either they will have to travel to Hong Kong or you will have to send a unit to their location, to Spain, to UK, and so on and so forth.
Just think about it. I mean, if there's a telephone station right next to you, have this many features at work mode, I can do my Zoom call, I can see my doctor, and I can do some relaxation or mental wellness examination.
Dr. Ruchi, I think you unmuted yourself to answer the question.
Well, to be very frank, CM, I think one may go there out of curiosity to check how the system and the environment looks like. But to be very frank, I am at a loss of word to understand any significance of what you are building so far. You look like a solid system integrator, or probably a regional digital health vendor, from just a consumer perspective. But I don't see that clinical depth or AI depth or consumer product finesse or the regulatory firepower to stay in the clinical sector for long and to scale globally. So if there is something which looks like out of a sci-fi movie next to me, I might just check it out. But that doesn't mean that I will use it consistently.
Very good comment. I think we're getting into the roast session now, the actual roast session.
I would take a slightly different approach. I just say, CM, your idea is right. It just needs to be complete. I completely agree with Ruchi that with the current status, there are challenges, but that doesn't mean the idea is wrong. Access to healthcare is a global problem. It's actually worth $6 trillion. And part of what you are saying is access to healthcare. You're just defining it in a different way than the way I see it. I'll be quite happy to have a conversation with you where we can actually talk about where does the fusion point lie. So it's not either or. And Ruchi, you're absolutely right. When you said that at the moment you're struggling to understand, I concur with you. But I just feel yes, that idea needs to be extended into the clinical world. And then it probably will have a lot more firepower to stay.
Interesting.
Great.
I think Azita wanted to make a comment. Azita?
Yes, again, I'm with Dr. Ruchi. I also struggle in terms of the added value, and it feels a little bit that trying to be too many things at once rather than being very focused. Also, for me, health digitalization is about prevention rather than curing. So that's the angle that I'm missing in this. I understand access to healthcare absolutely in rural area or in somewhere that is difficult to get to a clinic. However, I would rather try on or use products that helps me with prevention rather than when it has happened and here's a meditation track to listen to. That is so that USP is a little bit missing for me, except for accessibility. It's accessible wherever you are, and now also maybe there is a cultural element connected to it. So I would really go. For me, my advice would be get focused. You can't be everything to everybody, from somebody that looks for a place to have a phone call to somewhere to actually, hey, you're about to have a heart attack. That's a big spectrum. Yeah.
Too diverse.
Choose your spectrum and go deep. Okay. Yes, yeah, rather than I can't help everybody.
Yeah, so I agree. Very good comment. Thanks for that.
Any last comment or piece of advice from your side before we hang up?
No, I just will wish him well. Like I said, I understand the pain of an entrepreneur, and I'm sure most of the people here do. Yeah. I know how tough that journey is. So I'll say, listen, just focus. There'll be a lot of help which people will offer you even when the journey will always be full of positive and negative surprises. But don't just give up. I'll tell you, I'm sure you'll find your purpose and you'll be successful.
Yeah, I think Dr. Sofia wanted to comment.
Thank you.
And basically, I was gonna say that, I was literally gonna say the same thing that Azita also said before. I completely agree. But as long as you have customers, I don't know if you have done your research, really in a good way, in an optimum way, it could work. As long as you find somebody who's willing to actually give it a chance and to commit to it. So.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks to all the panelists for being so open with your thoughts. These are fantastic insights, and I'm sure that Harry and I need to go back, think about it, improve our overall product strategy, positioning, and take it from there. It's a fantastic learning opportunity for us. So truly appreciate your support, panelists today. You have been fantastic. CM, I think doing this on a live stream requires a different kind of courage. You have done that without crying, without sweating. So kudos to you for doing this. And I'm sure we will keep doing these kind of sessions. We'll keep connecting with the subject matter experts like what we have today and keep learning from them. So again, thanks everybody for dialing in today. Appreciate your time. And let's reconnect in a one-on-one fashion and take it from there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And last but not the least, I really do from my heartfelt feeling, thanks for Pankaj for arranging all this And sorry and deeply apologize for the mess up at the beginning. Trying to get access to Zoom is not that simple. Yeah, deeply apologize. And thanks for your comments. I have taken it and we'll try to become a part of our improvement process. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
the best, CM.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye-bye.